A person wants to write a book, but they don't know where to start. A person wants to publish a book, but they don't know which route to take or where to go. I'm your girl, Lady Tyler Gray, and I have 25 of my own published books, helped over 2,000 people write and self publish books. But let's get to the meat of what this is really about, right? So everything that you see in my life, and you might say, "Girl, I don't see your life." I know. I wish I would follow me on IG. Okay, Lady Tyler Great, LadyTyGreat. So everything you see in my life, friend, you will know that it started with a word, with one word. Seriously, you know why? Because my book opened so many doors. Now, one word turned into a sentence turned into a what? A paragraph turned into a what? A chapter turned into a what? Come on, let's talk about it. Friend, what did a chapter turn into? A book. That's absolutely right. So, chapter turned into a book, and a book turned into an absolute movement. So, listen, let me tell you what people don't say. Most people never get past the ideas, right? They think about the book, they talk about the book, they even say, I'm going to write the book one day. And 5 years later, book still not done. Am I talking? Come here. Let me look me in the eye. Is this where the camera is? Because yes, the book's still not done. So let me ask you something. How long have you been saying that you're going to write a book? How long have you been carrying these thoughts and ideas? Now, many of you, whether male or female, you done been to barbershops, beauty salons, barbecues, talking with family members, and telling stories, right? Those same stories documented could be a book, friend. So it's not about information. This is actually about execution. People don't lack ideas or stories. You've got the ideas, you've got the stories, you've got the experiences. What you don't have is a system to pull it out of you. And I know because I was one shoot. Hello. I wasn't born knowing how to write and publish a book. I had ideas. I had the gift. I had plenty of stories. So many stories. I didn't know which one you wanted me to tell you. I could tell you story for days. I got story time. I got a whole library full of stories, right? But they were all trapped in my head, right? And so now, what do you do when you have so many thoughts, but you don't know how to organize them and pull them out, right? You got notes, notebooks with unfinished thoughts, stories you started, maybe even paragraphs, letters you wrote. You did you get my drift? If I'm talking to you, just go ahead, comment, just yes. I had the ideas, I had the gifts. I've been in rooms where people were getting called on stage, and I'm sitting there knowing that I got something to say. I got a story too. I could be on stage, I can have that microphone. Have you ever been there? Well, you know that you're gifted. You know you have stories. You know that if somebody just got your book, it would absolutely change their life. Come on. Come on. That's that's real, friend. It's not because you're not too powerful, right? Because you're powerful, your story's powerful, you got stuff on the inside of you, you got a voice, you got a reason, you have something to say. You just might not be as polished as a person. You might not know the steps to take, but it's boiling down to knowledge. But then, even after you get the knowledge, how do you implement it? Right? So, you gifted. You got a voice. You got a story. You know how to write. Nothing's wrong with you. You type on your phone every day on social media. So, friend, why you don't have a book yet? You're powerful. What you have to say matters. Why aren't you on the stage? Why aren't you documenting? Is it because you just need to know where to go? You can Google that. Why haven't you Googled it? What's really causing you not to write and tell your story? Hmm? What's causing you not to write and not pull it out? Back to the system. The way you need the recipe, you need the sauce. So there's power in you. There's an author in you, but it has to get unlocked. And who can unlock it? But somebody who's already been down that road, right? So now let's start. Can we? Do I have your permission to unlock you? There's something powerful, right, about taking what's inside your head and putting it in your hand, a book, and turning it into something that you could hold. That creates legacy, friend. Legacy. Now let's deal with the first question. Where do I even start? Hmm? Where do I start? You start with your story. Not perfection, not the perfect version, and not everything is all happy and everything. No, 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 no. The real version. Yes, y'all. My first book that I wrote was titled Daddy Issues, and it was absolutely about issues, traumas, dramas, things that I've been through, and solutions along the way. But I gave it real, raw, uncut, and it made a nice coin. Okay. From that, I was able to move my children out of 2 bedroom, 1 bath, single mother of four, 2 turtles, 1 cat. Hello, somebody. Struggle with me when I say the 1 bath. I am a mom of 3 boys and 1 girl, and we have 1 bathroom. That's enough to make you cry right there. And so hear what I say. So I know what it's like to rob Peter to pay Paul and John and everybody else. Right? And so it's beautiful to know that the story and the things that I've been through was able to help me triumph. I triumphed over trauma. So you start with your story, not the perfect one. My first book had errors in it, honey. And guess what? It's still sold. It still set people free, delivered them and healed them. So you give the real version. What did you go through? These are questions I want you to ask yourself right now. What did you go through? What did you survive? What did you learn that somebody else needs right now? Your story's not just yours. Don't be selfish. Somebody is assigned to your testimony. And I know you know that. And now you're sitting here overthinking it. Why would you be overthinking the process when somebody absolutely needs you? Uh-uh. They're stuck because you won't release your story. Now that's something. Every book comes down to 3 things: your story, your reader, and your message. Okay, what did I just say? How many things? Your story, your reader, and your message. Your story, what happened? Your reader, who needs it? Your message, what changes after they read the book? Now let's go deeper. Why haven't you finished your book? I'll wait. I'll wait. What happens? Don't disappear on me now. What happens after you finish it? You don't stop because you couldn't write, right? You didn't stop because you couldn't write. You stopped because you started overthinking. You didn't know what came next. And you didn't have guidance. So what happens? You write a little, then you stop. Then you doubt, then you start over. Then you say, okay, I'm gonna try again. Then you try again, then you reread what you wrote, then you start editing. Friend, you're doing too many hats. So the cycle ends today. Say it with me. The cycle ends when? Today. We about to break that cycle. You do not need to write the perfect book. You need to write the finished book. I don't think type that. I do not need to write the what? The perfect book. I need to write the finished book. So just type finished book. Unfinished books don't change lives. Finished books do. I'm going to say it for the people to the left. Unfinished books don't change lives. Unfinished books don't change lives. Finished books do. Now, here's the deal. I know a lot of people tapping in with AI. Some of you tried to use it and you got more confused, friend. Your story, your testimony, what God gave you, He already read it. Read it. Come on, y'all. And I'm an author. You see that? He already read it. He already wrote it. God already know your story is already written, and He didn't need AI. And nothing's wrong with any of the tools that we have to make things go faster. But who can tell your story better than you? Why would you want a computer to write your story that you would have to go over to make sure they told the absolute right facts? Can AI make mistakes? Absolutely. Can you make a mistake about your story? No, that's called a lie, friend. You know the truth about what happened with you. So why are we looking to another tool to give us more information about only a life we lived? I know this going to ruffle some feathers, but guess what? I got to give you the truth, sweetie pies. Okay? So AI is a tool. It's not your voice. How many of y'all try to use it to write a book? Because somebody told you something because you following a trend. Right now, AI is like a yo-yo. They right into it. I get it. I remember when I was little. Okay, time out. I remember when I was little and we had the rotary phone. Anybody know about the rotary phone? If not, it's okay. It's a phone that used to have a thing with the numbers, and back in the day before, just don't look. Google AI. Ask AI what the rotary phone is, right? So I remember we used to have a rotary phone, and when you can call people on a phone and people would answer the phone, like businesses you can call in the business, but a human would have to answer. Remember humans, right? We still here. A human would have to answer. Then I remember after a while, as I was growing older, you call and they were like, please press one. I was like, oh no, it wasn't my absolute favorite thing. I would just hit zero to get to an operator because I wanted to talk to a human. We are coming into a time where humans is about to be luxury, baby. And so shout out that you're getting a human version of me. You're not even talking to my AI twin. Because we got those now too. You even got a twin in the digital space. Okay, let's stay focused. Right. So AI is a tool, it's not your voice. If your story isn't clear, who can tell it clearly? You can. No tool can fix that. So you need the clarity on how to write and tell your story. You need the strategy, the system. What do I use? In, middle, begin. There's three things that I teach my students. We start with the end first. That's one of them. But when you have that, what I'm sharing with you, you can actually finish your book. And that's the point. You stop trying to write the whole book in one day. You write one page a day. Then that's a book in less than a month. If you go with that type of schedule. But the strategy and tool that I can teach you, if you're really serious and ready to lock in, you can complete your book outline within hours. And if you add some more hours on and you pour into that outline and you fill in the empty spaces, you can complete your book within 24 hours. And you can be published in 3 days. And you can have your book in your actual hand in 7 days, friend. This is a real deal. I know many people say it takes 90 days. It takes however long it takes, whatever they're telling you. I am telling you absolute facts with testimonials and students that have written their book in a day with me on programs and had their book in their hand in less than 7 days. Completed books publishing in 3 days. This is true. Real people. You can text them yourself on Instagram. So one page at a time, one word at a time, one chapter at a time. Just write. The point is just write. You don't need no more motivation. You need discipline, structure, a coach, somebody to say, hey, right? Or the formula. You actually need the recipe, right? How many of you gotten training videos on TV, on your phone, because everything's on the phone now. Gotten training videos. I'm gonna do this exercise. I'm gonna do this workout, and you actually never did it. What is it like? If you had a personal trainer and you had to go to the gym and they in your face talking to you, what's that like? Hold you accountable, check in on you, and accountability. So of course you can get the recipe, but what would be better? The recipe or the recipe and the chef? Okay. So you don't need motivation, you need discipline. Now structure. End, middle, then the beginning. It's kind of simple, right? The beginning, what happened? The middle, what you went through. The end, what you learned. You don't need 300 pages, friend. You need impact. A small book that transformed lives is more powerful than a long book that nobody finishes. Let that breathe. A small book that transformed lives is more powerful than a book nobody finishes. Now you see, you've been closer than you thought. All the while, you right here, right? You've been thinking, oh, I got to do it like this. I mean, how many of y'all, listen, I went to Catholic school when I was young, so we used to have to write reports. We had to do things a certain way. I'm telling you. So are y'all ready for this next level? What I'm gonna get you? Now I'm gonna hit you with I'm gonna give you the part two of this. So I just gave y'all the writing part. Now we're going to go into the publishing, the money, and the confidence. Ready? Okay, here we go. Locking in. Now, you see that you can actually finish this book. How you feeling? How you feeling? Let's talk about what happens next. You finish the book. You write the book. You finished it. Fine. So now here's the conversation. You wrote the book. Now what? This is the beginning. How do you publish it? You don't need a publisher. You need what? Ownership. You are the publisher. You own your ISBN. You control your own distribution. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Type right now, owner. If you track with me, rocking with me, hit like, subscribe, so whatever you are hearing this message on, holla back at your girl. You keep your own money. Does that sound good? Your book is not just a book. It's a product. It's a platform. It's a doorway. But do you hear what I'm saying? A lot of times when people think publishing a book, they think they have to get another party involved because it's another process that they don't know how to do. And people are fearful, I said it, of what they don't know. And I totally understand that because you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to do it wrong, right? The fear of failure, the fear of being laughed at, the fear of, oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. So I'm just not going to do it. Your testimony never gets told because you don't have $20,000 to pay somebody to publish a book that you could publish yourself. Publishing is but a push of a button. So I teach my students 3 steps to publish a book. All right. And so your book's not just a book. How much does it cost? Because everything costs something. You either pay with the time or you pay for the speed. What you got? You got the time, you got the money, you got the, what is it? Trying to save money can cost you years. How many of you have been trying to save and save and save? Money is currency. Money moves. So you having money sitting still in an account, that money is not like that money's like I'm getting stiff. And it's like a hole. I'm falling out because I'm going towards other things. You write a book one time and it continues to multiply, continues to make money for you. That's amazing. That people won't do the one thing that can make them. This is like planting a tree. You ever plant something? You put a seed, something small, you write a book one time, then it just branches out. It helps other people, it impacts people, it changes their life. Well, you know that because you're watching this message. You wouldn't be watching a message about writing a book unless you already knew that you had one. Your story is a solution to somebody. So don't try to be cheap and save money, and time is something that you absolutely can't get back. What if nobody buys my book? Has anybody ever thought that? People are not buying my books. They're buying solutions. People aren't buying books. They're buying solutions. So when your book becomes a solution, oh, it's bought. They're ready, right? So they're buying clarity, healing, answers from relatable people. Seriously, friend, you got it. It's just a confidence thing, I promise you. Does your book solve a real problem? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about positioning your book. And that's what you need a coach for, to go over what you have so we can see. And maybe this is your coaching session. So shouts out to you for even watching this because you're getting some information that you can use. So if your book solves a problem, it's gonna sell. I went through unforgiveness. I went through a hard heart. I went through disappointment, blah, 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 blah. And people wanted to know how I got over that. Because I have great joy. And when they see me smiling, they like, I can't believe you went through that. Because I testified and I shared with them. So they know if I could go through that and still smile, then they can get through it. They don't have to have to. So that was my first book. Now we got several books later where I'm answering questions. I have Write and Grow Rich, where I teach people how to do what I've done. Now I have a house off of my book, cars off of my book, right? Period. Come on, life is good. We're able to live. I'm able to provide for my children. They're homeschooled because I wrote a book. It started with a book. Then there's more areas. It's opened up doors for coaching programs. Your book is a solution. You might not see the bigger picture now, but that's why we go through steps and we learn. But my first step was to write the book. If I hadn't written my first book, friend, I wouldn't even be here talking to you on this right now. So, what does your book offer, right? Solutions. What do you do after the book? You turn it into content. You turn it into a brand. You turn it into an income. Every chapter becomes content. Every lesson becomes a message. That could even turn into a podcast. There's 25 streams of income you can get from one book. But I can't go there with you yet, friend, because we just finished the one book. Are you with me that you're going to finish the book? If you with me that you're going to finish, type finish below. I'm looking for the finish, honestly. So every lesson's become a message. One book can create multiple streams of income. If you started and you stopped, you are not starting over. You are continuing. Your book is still alive. It just needs structure. So where are you? Are you the person that hasn't started yet? Are you the person that started and stopped? Or are you finished and you just need to know what's next? Let's talk about confidence. Some of you are not stuck because you can't write. You're stuck because you don't believe your story matters. Can we be real? Nobody has your story. Nobody has your voice. Nobody has that power that's locked inside of you. And I call it power because you're still standing, you're still growing. There's a greatness on the inside of you. You survived it. You lived to tell it. Are you going to be quiet about it? Stop comparing and start creating. I said it. Stop comparing and start creating. I know what it feels like to be overlooked, to be in rooms where you belong, but nobody calls your name. People can't even see the gifting and the uniqueness on what's on the inside of you. You like, why? It's like, do they not understand? Like, I bring so much value. Okay, friend, don't worry. I got it. Everything changed when I stopped waiting and I started writing. Say with me, everything changed. Writing gave me a voice and a position. And now I'm building stages for others. Then went on author retreats out the country, took people on their first trips. They got their passports. Like, I'm helping people become international. Publishing gave me position. Consistency gave me visibility. Do you hear what I'm saying from you? I'm a girl from Queens, New York. Where you from, friend? Put your city and state on the map. Working with me gets you clarity, structure, systems, accountability. Which one of those you need the most? And speed. You go from idea to book published and positioned. No confusion, no waste of time, just execution. How much longer will you sit on your story? No, I didn't freeze. I stopped to give you a moment to think. Time is moving whether you write it or not. Every day you delay is another day someone does not get what you have on the inside of you. Your story is ready. All you have to do is just release it, friend. What's stopping you? Get out of your own way. Are you ready? Are you willing? Because I know you're able. Because you know why? He's able. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in this world. Okay? So listen to me. Let me bring this all the way home. We talked about how to write the book, how to publish the book. Now let's talk about what really matters. At this point, you don't need more information. You need a decision. What you about to decide on, friend? Are you gonna do it? We all the way out in deep waters now. You testified, you told your story. It's to help others. It's not about you. Does your why make you cry? Do you really care like you say you do? Do you realize how you've been minimizing the importance of your voice and your value? You don't deserve to be overlooked any longer. You got ideas. You got a gift. You have a funny way of sharing things. You got a sense of humor. Somebody needs you. You have all of those things, but no platform. Maybe you a coach and you started a coaching program. Maybe you're a business owner. Can I just share with you this? I like tea. Any coffee drinkers, maca latte, chates? I don't drink those, so I don't know what they call mochas. Are they called mochas? Matchas. All right, matchas. I don't drink coffee, but I drink tea. And I buy my box of tea. And there's a brand of my tea that I bought. And when I bought my tea, I looked on the box and I was just reading it. And as I was reading it, I was like, are they telling a story of how the tea got started? Love that. Any of you drink Fuji water? Bought my Fuji water bottles. When you buy it by the case, they have different topics. It's little mini stories on there. Did you know that? Read. It's amazing. As I say all that to say, whether you have a brand or a business, what happens with so many businesses, they use the art of storytelling. Stories have been around for ages. The greatest book is what? The Bible. Most printed, distributed book, over 3 trillion billions given out, sold, right? Books. No matter what age and stage life has been, for it is written. Writing has always been a swag and a thing. So lock in, right? So I don't want you to be overlooked anymore, friend. I don't want that story to die on the inside of you. And it dies when it doesn't get a voice, when it doesn't get to live even after this body is, transitioning. Books. When we read in stories, Little Red Riding Hood, Little Mermaid, books turn into movies. When we're reading stories, these stories, we watch stories all day when people are watching television. That's a story somebody wrote. Why can't we watch your story? Oh, it's not written. But we're going to write it now because we made a decision. So at this point, no more information. What we doing? Making decisions. We're not going to be overlooked because we weren't on a platform. We're going to create our own. And how we're going to do that? It's going to start with what? A book. I had ideas. I had a voice, but no platform. Once I created my book, that created the platform. Everything shifted when I decided to write and publish and be obedient. And when I say obedient, that just doesn't apply to me. Write the vision and make it plain. If you're coaching without a book, you're doing your clients a disservice. Any business you have a story. People like you, this is what they're buying from you. So you have a book. Everybody. You don't have to wait till you become a Will Smith and get all later on life and famous and then write your story. People want to know now. Your story's not going to change. What happened to you from when you was 0 up to 21? That story remains the same. You can't go back and rechange it. So you know your story. So again, everything shifted for me when I wrote my book, when I published the book. That decision created visibility, opportunity, income, and impact. I became the woman on Billboard, y'all, receiving awards. The woman with books, the woman on stages. Same person, different decision. What was that? Same person, different decision. You're not stuck. You're sitting on a story, your ideas, and your next level. Time is moving, whether you write or not. Will you let another year pass saying you'll write a book, or will you hold one in your hand? Your story's not small, messy, or late. It's ready. Type 9 right now, ready, in the comments, ready. This is about impact, legacy, and turning your story into something that works for you. Some people will leave motivated and do nothing, watching this video over and over again. Some of you ready to act right now. Oh, how can I work with her? Let me, matter of fact, let me get my pen and paper. Let me finish writing, right? Yeah. Working with me is execution. So if you're tired of stopping, starting, this is the moment. Not just any moment. This is your moment to lock in, to connect. There's links below, ways to connect. I've got information, but if you know that it's just not about more information, because we talked about that, you need a decision. You need someone to hold you accountable. You need the exact steps to have that book in your hand in 7 days. How to complete it in a day. Write your outline, write the book. The person that's already been through, so you don't have to make the same mistakes I've already made. No, no, no. I've made them for you, enough for you. Like, what? Oh my goodness. So no confusion, no wasted time. You go from idea to finished book to published author. What we doing? Idea to finished book to published author. And then now what? Being called on stages because you have a book. You're an authority in that field. Delay is expensive. Every day that your book is not out is a missed opportunity. True. So move now, step in, lock in. Your next level is what? Execution. Not another idea. You don't need more time. You need a decision. You don't need more what? You can leave this message even right now, knowing your book is getting done. When you lock in, your voice will be heard and your story will work for you. I'm so proud of you because you made a decision and here we are. And so I'm just saying that by faith because I believe it. You will believe, right? I will believe with you. And so just thankful for you deciding to write your book, to tell your story. And there it is, right? Tell, there it is. Your voice is needed. Your voice matters. You got a book, you got a business, you got a brand on the inside of you. But it all starts with a story. Let's go.